Shalom, shalom, it's the brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to all the brothers in this truth. See, this is what we've been saying. This is what we've been saying with this whole Bitcoin thing, the whole digital currency. All of that is just forerunners for what the government has coming. And now this says Fedcoin. So it's all being planned out, man. This is all being set up. This is all an inside job. These things, man, is being planned to go to they whole new world order, which the digital currency is gonna play a major part in it, which is gonna be connected all to the mark of the beast, which is the implant chip, the micro implant chip, which this whole pandemic and everything, it's just ushering in, and it's all to get us to the point of the mark of the beast being introduced. So could the vaccine have the mark of the beast in it? Possibly, but I don't think so. I think it's just all a forerunner to introduce the real mark of the beast. I mean, what did y'all think? Did y'all think that they was just gonna come out and say, hey, we're gonna chip everybody and this is the mark of the beast, and people just accept it? No, they were gonna come up with deceptive ways to do it, man. Cunning. What's the word I'm looking for? Very sneaky ways to do it. They have to usher it in to get you accepted. They have to make it to the point where you accepting it is better for your life. That's why it says you're not going to be able to buy or sell. So if you just having regular everyday life and then they introduce it, you're not going to take it because nothing has changed about your life. You're going to say, man, I don't want that. Look, I'm good the way things are going right now. I'm happy the way things are going right now. But if they bring in pandemics, if they shut down the world, if they take away your freedom, your liberty, and you have nothing, natural disasters happen, some that's caused by them happen, destruction happens, the dollar collapse, then they can have reasons to say this is why we have to do it, and this is why they're going to justify themselves and say this is why you got to take it, and you're going to be more willing to take it by that time. By the time you lost everything, by the time the dollar collapsed because they created this whole pandemic and stuff that we're going through to destroy everything, to collapse the dollar, that's why we say it's all set up. So by the time they do all that and they collapse the dollar, your dollar doesn't mean anything. Your dollar, $100 bill can't even buy you some tissue at a store. There's a famine. There's all hell breaking loose. There's riots. There's natural disasters. You got the thing going around. You got the jab going around. So by the time all these things happen, your defense system has been weakening so much, then you're already used to getting the jab and everything and having to show proof that you got it in order to fly planes, get hotel rooms, go to different venues and stuff like that to live regular everyday life. By that time, you already used to those things. So when they come, it's conditioning. So by the time when they come with the true mark of the beast, you're going to be all arms because you're going to look at it as a way to save yourself. When you're supposed to put your salvation in the Lord. So it's all being planned, man. This is what we've been saying. This is actually from a month ago, 2 months ago. But I was watching AMTV and they were talking about the Fedcoin. That's what brought it up to my attention. So we even closer. This is Fedcoin. The U.S. Central Bank is looking into it. Now, for YouTube purposes, disclaimer, are we saying that this is for sure going to happen? No, we're saying exactly what the title says. The U.S. Central Bank is looking into it. They like to take down videos. Right? So Federal Reserve Governor Leah Brainard speaks with the Stanford University Business School Dean Jonathan. So they speaking on these things. They thinking about these things. And 9 times out of 10, whatever information we got, they're years ahead of that already. So they got this whole thing already planned already. The elites at the top. If we getting some information, it's a year, maybe years behind. The Federal Reserve is looking at a broad range of issues around digital payment and currency, including policy, design, and legal considerations around potential issuing its own digital currency. So they looking at, how we going to do the payments? What we going to use for the payments? The mark of the beast, the microchip. What's going to be the currency? Digital currency. It could be called Fedcoin. It could be called whatever they come out with. They got to make policies. They got to kind of design it. They got to have legal considerations to it around potentially issuing its own digital currency. So you think just all hell breaking loose and the government kind of just has to form to what's going on. And since Bitcoin is getting so big and they don't have no control over it, allegedly, that they got to come out and try to compete. The government got to come out and try to compete with Bitcoin and get their own Fedcoin. No, man. They had this all planned. They controlling this whole thing. Bitcoin is just something to get y'all hype and get y'all used to and get y'all interested in. So when they come with the Fedcoin, it's easier for you to understand it and take it. That's it. Just like when they were going from gold and silver to fiat currency, what was the hot thing on the scene? Fiat currency. Everybody wanted to have fiat currency to figure out how to use fiat currency. That's how you make a smooth transition. You can't just say, look, we from gold to silver and we're going to drop gold to silver and go to dollar tomorrow. People ain't going to know what to do with the fiat currency. You have to make it a smooth transition. You have to ease it in. So by the time it's fully in, people already know how to use it and already know what it's about because you eased it in. You start here. You start in smaller places before you mandate it on a federal. You start state by state cases. Some jobs, you still got the choice to use gold and silver, but you could also use this new fiat currency too. And to the point where we not using gold and silver at all no more. We only using fiat currency, which is happening the same thing with this digital. You could use fiat currency, but you could use your credit card too. Now most people use a credit card for everything. People barely even use fiat currency anymore. They said it was a coin shortage. And to the point they come out with their whole new digital currency, and then the fiat currency is going to be wiped. It's going to be completely wiped away. And that's what we're seeing right now, that smooth transition. We're seeing you can use fiat currency still, but guess what? You can also use Bitcoin. People buying Ferraris and mansions with Bitcoin, with 100% Bitcoin. That's a fact. But you can use Bitcoin, and there's a lot of other different digital currencies too besides Bitcoin. That's just the popular one. But you can use this too, right? And to the point where the government comes out and mandates and they got their own something like Fedcoin. And guess what? You can't use fiat currency anymore. And by the way, you got to take this chip in order to access it. It's plain upon the tables. If you can't see this, man. Brainard's remarks suggest more openness to the possibility of a Fed-issued digital coin than in the past. By transferring payments, digitalization has the potential to deliver greater value and convenience at lower cost. And that's how they're going to get you. That's the hook. Look, if we do it this way, you're going to have greater value and it's going to be more convenient. It's more easier. You just scan your hand. Everything's digital now. You're not going to spread the thing around no more because we're not spreading around cash, and there's not going to be a cash or coin shortage. It's not going to be no such thing as a collapse anymore because everything is really just digital. That's the hook. Brainard said at a conference on payments at a Stanford Graduate School of Business. So she actually said this at a conference. Before somebody say, "Oh, you spread misinformation." No, go look it up. This is an article. This is on Reuters. Yeah, man, it's messed up that we even have to go our way to prove that. I mean, with the way videos get took down. She did not touch on interest rates or current economic outlook because, they ain't got to that point yet. But there are risks, Brainard said, in a potential reappraisal of her own and other global central bankers worry about the rise of private digital payment systems and currencies, including Facebook Libra digital currency project. See, even Facebook's coming up with one. So these are all things like people, the Lord is flashing this in front of your face with all these different places companies trying to make these digital coins. He's flashing in front of your face and look, this is going to be the new wave. This is going to be the new world order that's going to be on earth. This whole digital thing. He's showing you, and you have to see the signs, man. But the thing is the first one to monopolize it is going to win. And who's going to do that? The government. And they got this all planned. They just ain't got to the point of introducing it to us because they're going to do it in steps. So that's why they saying, look, we having worries about a rise of private digital payment systems, which means what? When they finally come with theirs, the federal government one, they're going to want to eliminate all the private ones. Bitcoin, Facebook Library, they're going to want to eliminate all of them or absorb them. They're either going to eliminate them or absorb them and consume them to make their structure stronger. This is coming. Some of the new players are outside the financial system guardrails, right? So they not going to just come up and say, look, you can't operate and do this. No, they're going to say, look, there's thieves on it. There's people using it in bad ways. These are all sneaky ways they're going to do to come to take down some of these other ones if they don't want to get down. So they're going to have to get down or lay down. This is the whole new world order. And it goes right along with the mark of the beast. How does accepting a one world religion go along with this? They trying to get rid of religion completely. But a microchip goes completely along with this. Why? Because it's an electronical device that goes with what? Other electronical devices that lets you get to the digital thing. You can't get to anything digital without an electronical device. You can't just think of something digital. You can't think of getting on the digital web just with your mind. Until Elon Musk comes with that narrow chip, which is what? Still a digital device that's allowing you to do that. So in order to access the digital realm, you have to have devices to go with it. Electrical devices. EI, cell phones, computers, microchips. Microchips is in everything. It's in your card, your credit card, your phone, matter of fact. And they want to put it in your hand because of the worries of security and different things. Just you said, well, why do they have to put it in your hand if it's already in your credit card? I mean, if you look over there in Israel, what were they doing? They were putting bans on people to track them. So why would they? So ask them the same question. Say, well, why are y'all planning to put bans on people over there in Israel? You know, tracking them if you got the thing or if you had got the jab or whatever. Why were they putting bans on people when those same people have phones too? Why didn't they just use an app and use their phone? Because it's not good enough. That's why. Esau wants to put it in your hand. He wants to put it in your body. That's how he knows he got you by that time. But let's move past that. It says central banks globally are debating how to manage digital finance technology. Why are central banks? Remember, keyword central banks. We're talking about the big boy banks globally, not just nationally, but globally. Why are they debating how to manage digital finance technology? Because that's the new order. That's where they're going. They wouldn't be debating it. They wouldn't be wasting their time debating it if it was nothing, if it was just going to be a little side thing that people could get rich off of. Ledger systems used by Bitcoin, which promise near instantaneous payment at potential low cost. So you're going to be able to do payments even faster than we can at low cost too. And that's the hook. It's always going to be at low cost, at low cost. The Fed is developing its own round-the-clock real-time payments and settlement service and is currently reviewing 200 comment letters submitted last year about the proposed service design and scope. 200 comment letters. Developing its own round-the-clock real-time payment. But this is the point. Let me see. Because it goes into it. I mean, that's pretty much just the point here. But this was before the scope Facebook digital currency ambitions. So everybody uses that in some type of way, right? Right here. At Wednesday conference, Bring Your Said to Facebook Library project imparted urgency to the conversation around digital currencies. We are collaborating. See what I say? They're going to either absorb, they're going to either eliminate or absorb or consume the other competition, because that's what you do to get a monopoly, right? with other central banks as we advance our understanding of central bank digital currencies. Plain. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Let Satan should get an advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his devices. Be not ignorant of this. We see this all coming. I mean, what other precepts I need to get? It's plain. It says it for itself. We can see it in real life. I mean, I guess I could get this one because this is the one that it ties all down to. This is what it ties all down to. Revelations chapter 13. Let's get verse 15 to get some context on it. And he had power to give life into the image of the beast. That's what they're doing. That the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Do that mean that they're going to force you to get the chip? No, but it's going to be so hard on you that you're going to be facing death. It's going to be so hard on you just to live if you don't get down with the system, man. And he caused of all, both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their forehead. Right? Narrow chip Elon Musk, micro implant chip. Now, is he forced, or are they forcing you to get the chip? No, but yes. They're forcing you through their policies. They're making it hard for you to live without of it. That's a way of forcing. But are they literally going to force you, like putting the gun up to your head, you have to take this? No. So that's why we say no. Getting the chip is still a choice, because you're going to have a choice of, do you want to live and want everything to go back normal? Or are you willing to give your life? Those who lose their life should get their life. Those who try to save their life should lose their life. Yahweh Shai said it. So you still got a choice at the end of the day, even all the way to death. And that no man may buy or sell save that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. That no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark. So without this without this electrical device, which is the microchip, which is going to be new breaking technology, so small, put it in your hand, and it got all your information, your digital life on it, right? You ain't going to be able to buy or sell. So what is this talking about? What are we talking about here? Fedcoin. What is that? If they get rid of the fiat currency, you have to get down with the Fedcoin in order to buy or sell. And you're going to have to use electrical devices to either tap in to that Fedcoin, because it's a digital currency. Like I said, you can't just think of a digital, I'm on the digital web, I'm just thinking about it. No, you have to use devices the same way I'm using one right now, an electrical device. And what's going to go along with that? It's going to be a microchip that could go in your hand or your forehead or anywhere else in your body, man, that you're going to have to use to buy or sell. Say that he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of the name, and that all go back to 666. It all goes back to 666. I just heard the apostle break this down, and I learned this one from him. So we give honors where honors is due for that. Revelation chapter 17 verse 5. And upon her forehead was written, Mystery of Babylon the Great, which goes into 6, because that phrase has a Hebrew phrase for it, Hebrew words for it. And those Hebrew words hold numerical values. So when you break down the numbers, which I'm not going to do because I have to get, you have to get out a paper, you have to put it on the screen, you have to write it down. It's just a quick video. But the number for that first one equals up to 6. Right? Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots, which also equals up to 6, and the abomination of the earth, which also equals up to 6, which that's where you get your 666 from. And that goes back to Esau, because this is his new world order. This is his kingdom that we're in right now. Remember, Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the one that follow, meaning that this is going to be, they're going to be ruling stuff at the end of the world, and then we're going to have the kingdom, which is going to be a whole different rulership, a whole different way of things being ran, where the world is going to rejoice. But when the wicked is in rulership, you get stuff like this. Matter of fact, let's get that and make sure I'm saying that the right way and paraphrasing it the right way. This is First Esdras chapter 6, Here, did I go second address? This is what it's all coming to, man, and it's being made plain. Second address, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. When the Lord comes back, Esau's going to be ruling things in a wicked way. Speaks for itself. So with that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.